Do you want to know about a reality TV pattern that just doesn't make sense? It's how the women who are the most criticised and dragged somehow end up being the most visible. They gain the most followers and end up with great opportunities, and even stay in the conversation long after the show ends. So what exactly is being rewarded here? Because if the behaviour is so widely disliked, why does it keep leading to success? With Love Island and Love Island USA, contestants can get criticised, lose public favour, and get held accountable by the public. However, that same behaviour is seemingly amplified, shared, discussed, and ultimately rewarded. Not in spite of the backlash, but rather because of it. The best examples of this are Belle Hassan from Love Island UK Season 5, and more recently Love Island All Stars Season 3, and Huda Mustafa from Love Island USA Season 7. Well, let's get into it. This video is going to focus on Belle's Love Island All-Stars season, as this was arguably her most polarising reality TV appearance. Her behaviour wasn't just confrontational in a general sense. You can see it in specific moments. There were several incidents where she seemed to escalate quickly, raising her voice, shouting during arguments, and leaning into a more aggressive communication style. In one moment, Belle was told that her couple Sean was interested in bombshell Lucinda. Instead of that staying a contained conversation, it quickly turned into something much bigger.
Our connection has been solely based on the loyalty that we had for each other.
Look,
don't you get that?
No, I
don't you fucking get that? Is it not going in?
Look, I
Is it not going in?
Look, well, I don't know why you're shouting.
Because I'm fuming, mate.
Well, I can't help how my feelings have felt.
What do you mean how your feelings are felt? Can you go away?
Initially, this was actually well received as her first major confrontation of the season, but as similar behaviour continued, it started to feel less like an isolated boss girl move and more like a pattern of escalation and hostility. The dynamic with Lucinda didn't end there. Belle expressed her clear dislike towards her and appeared to align with other girls who also had tensions with her, which many viewers criticised as a pylon. A moment where she was mocking Lucinda reportedly led to thousands of Ofcom complaints, with viewers labelling it as bullying.
It's way too serious.
Yeah, like genuinely,
need to chill out
you need to go fucking hug a tree or something. Like, this is too much.
And we've apologised to everyone who we've upset their feelings.
Pause at that. Did you apologise to me when you made me cry yesterday?
What do you mean?
You made me cry yesterday, Sean.
With what?
Coming at me for no reason.
I can't fucking move on this post.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
She's run away.
It's a PR stunt.
Like PR, it's giving PR.
Another example is when Belle began to show interest in Islander Scott, despite him already having an established connection with another girl in the villa, Leanne. Viewers picked up on the flirty exchanges between them, and the situation started to become part of a wider dynamic in the villa. What particularly stood out to the audience was that Belle was asked whether she planned to tell Leanne directly.
What am I meant to say? The truth. I don't know what's going on. Just be like, I fancy Scott. The most basic thing. The reason why it's so, oh my gosh, hush hush, is because it's a secret. My thing is honesty is the best policy, and that's why I told her, it ain't it. You need to sort it out. I'm into people and I don't have anything to say. Like, if me and Scott had a conversation, it might be small to you, but obviously it's been her whole experience. It's not small to her. So what am I going to say? Oh, hi, Leanne. Me and Scott have been up around the villa. Just thought you should know. That's all. Just keeping you in the loop. Listen, I would rather that. If it's my friend, I would rather that than nothing. Well, you know.
Her response led viewers to question whether she saw Leanne as a serious factor in the situation at all. When Scott ultimately chose to stay with Leanne, Belle later made comments questioning the longevity of their relationship.
See, when we get out of here, give it a few months, he'll leave her and then go, it should have been you. That's exactly what he'll do, and you know what he'll get? Red.
Taken together, these moments led to growing criticism that she wasn't being a girl's girl and disregarding existing friendships in favour of pursuing her own interests. Outside the show, this pattern of attention and controversy continued. On a podcast with Jamie Lang, she made claims suggesting that Scott had received outside information during a trip to the dentist, which allegedly influenced his decision in the villa and led him to pursue her based on being told she was the public's favourite girl. Those claims were disputed in media reporting, including coverage from The Sun citing sources linked to the Love Island production. This was heavily challenged, but still became another point of discussion around Belle. Despite the criticism, she still remained the most followed contestant from her season, which reinforces the wider pattern that criticism and controversy don't necessarily reduce visibility, they often extend it. Huda is a more extreme example of the same pattern. From early on in the villa, her behaviour stood out as highly emotionally reactive, but also central to the storyline. One of the first things viewers noticed was her dynamic with fellow islander Jeremiah. Huda initially concealed from him that she had a child, which sparked polarizing opinions from viewers about her approach.
So, I did want to bring up something because I wanted to be honest with you, and I wanted to make sure that, you know, that I really trusted you and that I really liked you. I am a mom.
Oh my God, hold on, let me... Oh my God.
You okay?
You're a mom?
Yeah.
And you're 24?
Yeah. Over 4 years.
How many kids?
1. I wanted to, like, look at me.
Hold on, I can't.
Okay.
As the relationship developed, Huda and Jeremiah's dynamic became noticeably more intense. There were moments where she raised the idea of tracking his location and positioned the relationship as something he could not discuss with anyone else.
I literally told her, like, yeah, it might have been like a rough morning, or like things might be bad, but that's my girl.
What did you say?
I'm
You're never ever supposed to bring up any fucking problems to anybody. I don't give a fuck who it is. Ever.
Okay.
And guess what? I don't know the bitch. Don't fucking bring up shit about us, especially problems.
There were other situations where Huda seemed to create conflict with other islanders, particularly Amaya and Iris, who both entered the villa at a later stage and showed interest in Jeremiah. Her responses often shifted into name-calling, which contributed to a more tense environment in the villa. The pattern of escalation was also clear in how she handled conflict within her own relationship. During arguments with Jeremiah, there were repeated instances where disagreements quickly shifted into personal attacks.
He's a fucking bitch.
What'd you say?
Because of the fact that he had a great day with Iris, because of what we're going through, he's using her as a fucking scapegoat so that he can fucking stay in the game.
Wait, what are you
I just sat there and listened to every fucking thing he was fucking saying.
Okay,
Wait,
what did he say?
He wants to drop me to go with Iris.
Okay, come, baby, come. Let's sit down. Come sit down.
No, you're a fucking bitch!
Come sit down.
He's over here playing victim. You're a pussy-ass bitch!
What stood out to viewers wasn't just individual arguments, but the consistency of escalation. Situations surrounding Huda repeatedly moved from simple disagreement to intensity and full conflict very quickly. She was heavily criticized online for this. Viewers labeled her manipulative, accused her of weaponizing emotion, and there was widespread discussions calling for her removal from the show. But at the same time, that level of backlash didn't reduce Huda's visibility. In fact, it increased it. She became the most followed islander from her season, garnering millions of followers. She finished in 3rd place and soon appeared on podcast Call Her Daddy, which brought in millions of views and extended her reach beyond the show itself. She also secured major brand partnerships, including Huda Beauty, although that collaboration was later revoked after further controversy. A widely circulated clip involving a prank call where a racial slur was used and Huda appeared to laugh.
Hello?
Baby, you might want to turn the light. Hello?
Whoa, hey.
Yo, I turned that shit off.
Hey.
Yo, what the fuck? What did they say? They said about...
But despite the following backlash, she was still kept at the center of conversations. And that's where the pattern becomes clear again. The criticism, backlash, and even the controversies don't necessarily remove someone from visibility in reality TV culture. They often extend it. This is because the behaviour that receives the most criticism is often the same behaviour that keeps certain contestants at the centre of conversation. With Huda and Belle, the pattern is consistent. Behaviour leads to backlash, that backlash leads to discussion, and discussion leads to visibility, and that visibility holds value. It's a system that's built into how reality TV works. Shows like Love Island are structured around moments that create discussions among the viewers. The more emotionally charged or confrontational a moment is, the more likely it is to be shown, repeated, and remembered. That translates into more screen time, more clips online, and ultimately more audience engagement. Even when viewers strongly criticise certain behaviours, those are often the same moments that garner the most attention. The cycle continues even after the show. Belle and Huda's controversies don't just disappear once they're challenged, they create new waves of discussions that keep them relevant. In reality TV culture, criticism doesn't always function as a deterrent. In many cases, it becomes part of the visibility cycle itself. Scenes that are heavily disliked or debated get shared the most, and over time that attention translates into something more lasting: followers, opportunities, interviews. So the question isn't why these patterns keep happening on screen, it's why the system continues to reward them once the cameras stop rolling.